Hello, today I'm glad to introduce our special guest, Professor of Political Science, Honorary Doctor, Professor Hans-Kристианом Bраувайлером. Hello. Professor, this is not your first visit. Please, share your impressions about our university.
Yeah, actually I visited KAFU 5 or 6 times already, and I'm always proud to be here, to be part of the scientific community, because people are so friendly, students are so well educated, they speak fluently English, and that helps a lot because my Russian is only limited.
Tell us a little about your history of cooperation with KAFU.
Actually, Zerik Mirzayanovich brought me to KAFU. I got to know him, I think, 2008 in Almaty, where he was involved with the Goethe Institute as a German teacher of German language. And then he invited me to Ust, and my first visit was in 2014 to Ust and to KAFU. And then the cooperation developed pretty quickly and broadly in many fields.
Oh, it's very interesting. So, what scientific project would you like to implement here?
Currently we are already working on a scientific project, or actually it's more an academic and educational project. We are developing a double degree master program between KAFU and my University of Applied Sciences in Цвиккау. And within this project there are Georgian, Armenian, Kyrgyz and Chinese partners as well. That is one big point. And we are currently talking about a Sustainable Development Goals project for setting that up between KAFU and Цвиккау.
Well, it's really nice idea. So, you already have experience with working with our student. Do you like it?
Yeah, of course, because the young people from Kazakhstan are so interested in everything and are so outgoing. And I think that's probably because KAFU is very special with the American ties and opening up to international teaching and international experience. So they are very interested in going abroad. And actually, I just talked yesterday with 4 students which come over to my university with the Erasmus program. And today I will have interviews for other students that will come on a different program that is called Leonhard Euler program. And the Erasmus students will be 1 semester in Цвиккау, and with the Leonhard Euler program only 1 month, but I think that will be a valuable experience to do some research in Цвиккау.
Oh, yes. And why did you choose our university?
Well, actually, that is always a question of which persons do you meet. And as mentioned, Zerik Mirzayanovich brought me over here, and he is so ambitious about getting contacts for his university. And it's not only him. I met all the academic staff here, starting with the president, respected Jerezheb, and with Dan Ballast, and Marshall Christensen, and all the names from the US, plus all the academic staff like Ilona Bordianu and other professors at KAFU, and they are so friendly and open and looking for cooperation. It's just a family.
Yes. Tell us a little about your university in Цвиккау.
Yes, we are a state university. Germany has a lot of state universities, only few private ones. So that's probably the biggest difference between KAFU and Цвиккау. In other terms, the size is pretty similar. We have 3,500 students. We have 160 professors. And some other teaching staff and administrative staff of about 200 persons. So that's about the size. We have 8 faculties, some technical faculties, because Цвиккау is very automotive oriented. We have a Volkswagen plant in our city. And we have health management, health science, and my faculty is the largest with about 900 students, and it's of business administration, management and economics.
Mm-hmm. In September you will start teaching in KAFU like a professor of business department. What are your expectations about teaching in KAFU?
Well, I did already present some guest lectures here during my previous visits, and I know a lot of KAFU students that have been in previous years with Erasmus and other grants to Zwickau. So there is no big expectation to meet something new, because I know KAFU and the students, and I'm eager to get to know the new year students of the new year. So I think there is no big difference and no big expectation. I just continue my work.
Okay, and after this experience, what are the differences between Kazakh and German education, and between our students and German students?
In education, we have in Germany more autonomy of the universities. We just think about study programs and set them up as we like. In discussing the double degree master, I realized again, I knew that, but I had to realize it again, that in Kazakhstan the education is more governed by the ministry, which might be good in some sense because you have more equal universities and more comparable study programs. On the other hand, if universities are free, more innovative universities, and KAFU is a very innovative university as well as mine, are somehow bound and restricted. So there are always pros and cons to everything. And with the students, I think young people are always eager to learn, especially if they attend a modern university, and as mentioned, KAFU is a very modern and international one, and Zwickau is modern and international as well. So I do not see a big difference between Kazakh students and German students.
And what do you think? What is the most effective training method in education, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think the classical lecture where the professor is talking and talking and talking is boring for the students and not good. Students must be
in process, maybe.
Yeah, must be involved, yes, and motivated to get involved. Some students, of course, like just sitting there and listening, but really aspiring students want to work themselves. They want to do some research projects and so on, and we have to get them involved. And my teaching is always tries to involve the students in giving them tasks that they fulfill themselves, like writing a small scientific paper and so on and so forth.
And about motivation, what is the most motivation for learning today in studying?
I think education is a big factor if you want to enhance our world, our society, because if you look around, only well-educated people help developing the society. We are just facing the pandemic, and who helped us? The people that were knowledgeable about the technology of inventing vaccines. So these are the ones that help the world in this situation. And we have other situations like the climate change. So well-educated people developing new technology that is sustainable, for example, with lower carbon footprint and so on, will help the world, and that's why we need university education.
Okay, and the last question, it's about KAFU. Is there something you like to change here in education or in methodic of teaching?
Well, actually, with only 6 trips and now starting to be a professor at the Department of Business, I have not that deep insight which could be or should be altered and changed in KAFU. But I think KAFU is very innovative, and they innovated a lot of things in the past years and had a lot of information from American partners with new ideas. There are valuable Kazakh and experienced Kazakh professors here, and they have this cooperation with my university. My dean was here, my vice dean was here, and a lot of people already enhanced KAFU from all over the world. So I think KAFU does not need a large change, but of course in small steps the world changes, and so KAFU has to adapt in the future as well.
Okay, thank you for questions and answer. Professor. See you in September.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.